Is that a dog whistle?
You can buy a new whistle.
Oh, it is. Oh, whoever became Puppy Chow?
I am not down!
Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxidar here, and welcome to our next reaction in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, episode 7. And just like that song that I was singing a second ago from Steve Miller and the Silver Bullet Band, by the way, time keeps on slipping into the future. In fact, it felt like just yesterday I was reacting to episode 6 and then uploading it, and here we are a whole other week is later. That was good English. Good job. And we're at the penultimate episode of our adventure already. That is both equal parts exciting and heartbreaking. But the one thing that I'm encouraged by, it's the same way that I felt after I finished the live action One Piece. The journey has only just begun. Next week, we're going to finish Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Disney Plus original. But that's not the end of our journeys with Percy Jackson. That's not what we're here for. We're here for episode 7 and a reaction. So let's get to it. I like this lobby music. All right, mattresses. I'm into it.
Welcome, weary traveler. Come on in and take a load off.
You're Procrustes, son of Poseidon and murderer of travelers.
Crusty, please.
That's not any better. Crusty?
Take a load off. Relax for a minute.
The beds are a trap. That's how you do it. How you murder your guests.
Waterbeds, even. I was quick to pick up on that. Makes sense coming from a son of Poseidon. I really like this ensemble that he's put together. What a unique looking character. I just have to take a quick second to say I love the way there is this collaborative effort to build a modern myth while following in the footsteps of the classical myth. What I've noticed so far, and I'm really hoping that I get to further expand on this when I do like chapter reviews of the books themselves, is just how seamlessly these fantastical things within the mythology itself just kind of slot into everyday life and everyday living. Like serious time was invested in what would this person from the mythology, how would they interact with their everyday world? What would be the kind of subterfuge, disguise that they would use within the mist to kind of hide themselves from mortal eyes, but at the same time still be very true to their own character? And I think I love it. I love it when other stories do it, but I especially love it in this story. It just really made me appreciate how fantastical and seamlessly integrated everything all seems to be. An outrageous suit like this, I don't even question it because of the nature of how well this story is done. That's how good it is.
I know there's a secret passage to the Underworld here.
Oh, here we
You
go.
were left here to guard it, but I need you to let me through, please.
He said please. That's important.
Fitting's not easy for guys like us, am I right? Our parents make it so hard, stretching us and twisting us and hacking off pieces to make us seem more like them. Anyhow, these beds, take all that away. Try it. I think you'll feel much better.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what he said with his dark magic marketing right there, but the uneasiness I feel from that concentrated gaze where he looks right at you, kind of like I'm doing right now, it's unsettling. This is definitely the reddest of flags. Breast pocket there, the red flag itself.
You first.
Unexpected.
You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Is it over? Are we sure this is the right way?
This is already extremely brave for Grover. He's opening a door that says do not enter. That feels very antithetical to his character.
It's either the realm of the dead or someone left a carton of milk in there in the 1990s.
Did both, maybe.
Better? Much. If we get into trouble, these are our tickets out. We have no idea what's down there. I just think it's safer if I'm not holding them all.
Does he have instructions on how to do that? Because I feel like maybe that would have been some critical information he could have gleaned. Here we go. A journey into the underworld. Oh, clever how it turned to the turn signal.
Well, we're not in Kansas anymore.
This is like the flashback
What?
Hermes showed him.
I never show you that movie. This is going to be really good for you. Dr. Higgins says this is the best school, the best program in the state for kids with learning differences. Okay, we were very lucky to get in.
I'm not going.
You may not understand.
I'm not going.
I've worked at elementary schools, and the power dynamics that little kids can hold over adults and elicit that kind of a response, like slamming a door. I've been there.
This is not a negotiation. The only question is how ugly you were gonna make it before we say goodbye.
Fine.
Yeah, I've heard that one before too. Oh, wow. I was kind of curious to see how they were going to visualize the underworld. And I think it's really interesting that they chose to go for like heavily desaturated tones, almost to the point that it's monotone to look at, right? It's just shades of from white to black and the gray in between, because that is effectively almost how we perceive just death and lifelessness. Is just it's something without vibrancy and color. There's also a sort of kind of coldness to it, while not necessarily being cold in temperature. It just conveys distance, and so to see it all stretched out like that, that's pretty cool.
Is that who I think it is?
Charon, the boatman, taking new arrivals across the river Styx. Why don't you let me hang on to that for now?
Seems like a good idea. Oh man, they're cutting. Oh, that's so bad.
Excuse me.
You're not dead.
True.
We're all dying to some extent.
Good callback.
And you didn't pay to cross.
Wait, we can pay. We can pay. Here, drop us. Just take, just, take them all.
Is that a dog whistle?
You can buy a new whistle.
Oh, it is. Oh, whoever became Puppy Chow? No way. See, even Guardians of the Underworld need a little TLC. A little kindness goes a long way. Oh, you put the best boy right on down. Ooh, I do like the way they animated that though.
You are a bad dog. Can you fly us up there with your shoes?
Uh-oh. Get to scratching, get to scratching. Oh, that makes sense.
Guys?
Dogs love to play fetch. Well played.
That's what will be keeping the master boat. And your mom.
My pearl. I lost the pearl. I think it's
Oh yeah.
in the dog.
So soon losing it?
We can't ignore this. Stop. It's just math. The three of us plus your mom is 4 people. And only 3 pearls. Someone is staying behind. And it should really be me.
That's just annoying. That's gonna get real old real quick. Not from me watching it from an entertainment standpoint, but I mean from Percy and also Annabeth just having to also live and sit with the gravity of what just happened. Oh, that definitely makes my stomach twist. It's just kind of uncomfortable, especially again so early on in the episode too.
It wasn't your fault. And even if it were, you're not getting left behind. After we get the bolt and stop this war, you guys are leaving with my mom. Wait, Percy. What about you? Quests aren't linear. Figure something out.
Into.
Sorry.
They can't hear you.
They?
Oh, that's creepy. Oh.
Are those
Weird.
roots?
Souls here are bound by regret. Haunted by choices they made in life.
That's also incredibly cool, the way that's visualized. I'm not gonna lie.
We've got a problem here.
How did this happen? Some kind of regret, right? But what would you have to regret?
This will work. I'll be okay.
It gives me like a never-ending story vibe, which is kind of interesting since that's what I brought up in the last episode. It reminds me of like The Nothing, Atreyu watching Artax just like helplessly flounder. I hope it doesn't have that kind of ending. Oh, now we just gotta trudge across a lifeless desert. Good times.
Where are you going? I don't know. I can't stop. Percy! It's the shoes!
It's okay, the shoes can fly. Don't worry, Lando, Han Solo's got you. You won't go in the Sarlacc pit. This might have been pretty handy, too. Or footy. Why do you have that?
How's it in your bag?
Wait, this isn't my bag. This is the bag Ares gave me. Ares had the master boat this entire time and tricked us.
He was working with Hades?
I guess so.
Interesting. I'm not really sure what's supposed to happen now.
Zeus is just gonna have to wait.
Oh, right.
Let's go get your mom.
Right.
Let's not spend the last few minutes we have here like this.
Why are you doing this? Why are you trying so hard to get rid of me?
That would be what it appears like, yeah.
I would never do this to you.
Oh.
I'm gonna go pay.
He's a perceptive little guy. Maybe that's why he's called Percy. Yo, that looks insane. Looks like a level in like Destiny 2. Yeah, just it feels so cold and lifeless, but yet at the same time elegant and beautiful. And powerful. Definitely powerful too. Those guards didn't even challenge him at the gate. That's interesting. Footsteps. And they must be walking from quite a ways away. Still coming.
It's great to meet you. I know who you are and you know who I am, so we can just skip right past that part.
That is not at all what I expected Hades to look like. He seems so meek and unassuming. I gotta see more of this character. This is interesting. But I could imagine though, if you're in like a wholly like just lifeless area, you would probably be a pretty gracious guest too when somebody, you know, with a pulse showed up.
Your mom's just over here. You've come all this way, don't be shy.
I don't know, it seems too easy, doesn't it?
Mom?
What did you do to her?
Saved her life. You give me what you got, and I give you what I got.
The boat doesn't belong to you.
The bolt is my brother's drama. I don't want any part of it.
You don't want it?
No.
Then what do you want?
My helm.
Helm.
Your what?
My helm of darkness, it went missing just days before someone used it to turn invisible and steal the bolt. I'd like it back now, please, and then you get your mom back. Someone stole Zeus's bolt. It wasn't me. It must have been somebody who was...
Kronos.
Excuse me?
He's got the longest grudge of them all. Zeus took Kronos' throne. Who else is a bigger reason to weaken Zeus and take his throne back?
Kronos is in a million pieces at the bottom of
Tartarus. Where something just tried to pull us into it the moment the bolt appeared in our bag. Tartarus. Where I've been hearing a voice from in my dreams, telling me it needs my help to take down Olympus.
Oh, that's interesting. I actually thought that was Hades talking to him. Man, didn't I just say, like, in the last episode or the episode before that, like, I'd seen other young adult fiction stories, and I felt like I knew how this was all going to shape out. I did not expect Hades to not have any interest in this overarching quest. I also really like the dark expression on his face as someone who presents himself as a host and entertainer, but yet you can see it in the eyes, just right there, that there is a darkness there, and I did not see that at first, but I see it now. That's really interesting. I love just like watching the way people play roles. It's one of the things that I personally love about when I do theater and I get up on stage. It's like I am myself when I'm backstage, and then the moment I cross that threshold and I step onto stage, right into the lights with all the audience watching, I'm someone else. I'm somewhere else. And so to be able to just kind of see that and appreciate it in other actors plying their craft here is just, it's really cool.
If Kronos is somehow planning to emerge from his exile, and you were his first call, you're not safe. Ask me and I'll protect you. You and your mother. All it'll cost you is the bolt.
I thought you didn't want the bolt.
I don't want the bolt. Now I need the bolt. If war with Kronos is coming, I'd like to be prepared. Not messing around here, kid. This only ends one way. The only question is how difficult you make it.
Ooh. Good callback.
I accept your offer. Great. Your first offer. We're gonna go get your helm. Grover, now! Hold fast, Mom.
Man, this service is slow. Shouldn't someone be there? Oh, did not know where we were going with that. Now I do. Oh, that's cool, seeing the rain. I wonder if she was doing that out on the fire escape when Percy came home.
This isn't fair.
No.
We finally get to see
I
him.
am failing.
No, you're not.
There he is.
I'm going to take him to camp, starting to attract attention from your world. A winged horse followed him to school. It saw him, he saw it. Sooner or later, it's not just going to be pretty things that are following him. At camp, he will be safe.
You don't want him at camp.
No. You don't want to hear why.
But you have no one to say it to. And maybe that's the most unfair part of it.
I want him to know who he is.
Right.
Before your family tries to tell him who they want him to be. He has better things in him than that.
His mother raised him well.
This is a really touching moment.
Do you want to talk to him? I know you shouldn't, but maybe just to hear his voice.
One day when he's ready, when he knows who he is and where he belongs, and fate has revealed to him his true path, on that day,
Cool sword.
I'll be right by his side.
Oh, what a torturous place to end, especially if the next episode is our last episode. All right, first things first. I love Toby Stephens. I saw him in the first season of the new Lost in Space, and I didn't actually watch the other seasons, and it is something that I thought about reacting to, because like I said, I want to do reactions that are kind of like based on going on adventures and journeys, and being lost in space certainly seems among one of the adventures that one might actually have. Finding ways to bring things around full circle on my channel is like especially fun, just seeing these like synchronicities. Toby Stephens as Poseidon, so cool. I was really kind of thinking we were gonna get a different view of Poseidon, but to see like the fatherly aspect of just being a good husband, a good partner, and taking the time to listen, hearing the prayer of Percy's mom right there, and then to just be available is, you know, for all the ideas that we've had planted in our brain about Poseidon, it really does seem like it's revealing to us that it was sincere when others were saying that it pains Poseidon to stay distant. And for me as an audience member, that's heartening to hear and to see it from actor Toby Stephens. Hades was not really what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a darker, brooding character, but I'm curious to see what this quest is going to entail to get a helmet and bring it back. I feel like that's a lot of ground to cover in a final episode, especially if we're starting it off with a showdown with Ares on the beach, which, okay, I'm into that. I'm just so thankful to be along for this ride and for you to also just taking the time to listen to me ramble and meander my way from one thought to another. Whether it's the books, whether it's this episode, whether it's the actors or the interviews that they have surrounding it, just the way that people are just kind of moved and have a reaction of their own that they're willing to share. And we have that ongoing conversation down in the comments. It's what I look forward to every single time I post a video. Yeah, I'm sad that we only have one more episode left, but not one more adventure left. So, plenty more where that comes from. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful, whatever time of day it happens to be when you're seeing this. I hope the rest of whatever is left of the day that you're watching this is good. That was such a weird outro. Let's never do it like that again. But I'll see you in the next one. This is Noxidar, out.